Hello, welcome back to the Meet the Speaker studio. We're here with Russell. Do you want to introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what you do?
Yes, so I'm Russell Pillar. I'm an interiors consultant, is my official title. But I'm a founder of a business called Interiors by Amara Hammond, which is focusing on all things interiors, interior design, interior fit out, project management, exclusively to care homes, working in the care sector. That is what we're all about.
Lovely, okay. Well, so you're here today doing some talks. What have you been talking about?
Yeah, we have indeed. Funnily enough, been talking about interiors.
As you would, I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, no, we were on a panel discussion just over on the Design, Build and Environments Theatre, and it was actually quite well attended. I'm quite chuffed about that. But yeah, we were talking about how interiors can be used strategically to market your home, and actually, well, everyone knows that care homes in the last 3 years have been really hit with financial pressures, constraints, and it's been difficult to still operate at a profit. And care homes are like any other business, they have to be profitable, even although the demand for care is always there. So it's how they can use interiors to basically attract those maybe self-funding clients that can get the right first impression when they come to the home, have a look, and they get that sort of feeling when they walk in of, I really want my mum to be here, I feel comfortable with my dad and my mum coming to this home, as for visitors coming, prospective clients.
So what were sort of some things that came up, some ideas for people?
Yeah, there's a few things that came up. Obviously first impressions is the key thing, and then as you continue through the home, getting that consistency. We were there along with Debbie Harris from Tumner, I think it's
She was here earlier speaking. She actually mentioned that talk. So.
Is she? Excellent. We're all on the same page. No, we were talking about how there is. Some people say, it's no use trying to get self-funders. There isn't enough of them for us to get them. And what we're trying to say is actually, the demographics, some areas are different to others, but actually there is a case to be made for it. And so the key point is that if, say, you've got a large bedroom in a care home, and I've been getting some clients come back to me and say, we're going to partition it, divide it in half and create 2 bedrooms so we can get more money. And I've been trying to turn that on its head and say, actually, how about if you've got that nice big room, why don't you turn it into a luxury suite that you can market at double the price, and there will be people that want that, they'll pay for it, because it's more like a home for them.
Yeah.
That's one of the key things, is that what we've been trying to drive at. So yeah, a few interesting points.
Yeah. I guess it's a big part of the process for people when they're having to interact with care is the guilt the family feel about having to put one of their family members in care, and so anything that can be done to help kind of alleviate that idea, like if mum has to go to a home, I want it to be really, really high quality, I want to make sure that the care's great and it looks great and the furniture's good and that mum feels comfortable, right?
Yeah, I mean historically, care homes, when it comes to furnishing a care home, the focus has been on the care aspect, which is a right motivation, but it's ended up with something that's perhaps looking a bit more clinical. And 20 years ago, you didn't really have too much other options. But now there's been such great advancements in your fabric options, your flooring options, that you can tick all those care boxes that you need to tick, but still have something which looks great, it looks homely, it's comfortable, it's cosy, it's a space that people actually want to spend time in.
Yeah. So is it more about, you feel it's more about making a homely space, like something that feels like could be someone's home, rather than a luxury space that you feel you're a guest in? Is that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's there's been quite a drive in the last 10 years to go down the hotel look, and there's been some quite luxury hotel looking places, and there's a market for that, but that's not what everyone wants. So we've been trying to get there's much more of a demand now to get that homely look, where it's comfortable, it's cosy, but it's not this hotel, because let's face it, I mean, with someone living with dementia, if they're in a hotel style environment, are they going to feel like they're at home, or do they think they're on holiday? In which case they'll be saying, can I go home now? Whereas if it's a place that they actually feel like they can call their home, it's going to make life a lot better for someone living with dementia.
Yeah. So have you got a nice little hint or tip that someone used? I think you mentioned earlier something to do with converting rooms and things.
Yeah, a couple of options. One was about making use of your big spaces in a care home. But another thing that I was thinking of, which actually came through in what we were talking earlier, was about being authentic, be you, show that, let that caring thing come to the fore. They were talking about marketing, and they were saying that there's some care companies that actually use stock images to market their care home.
I mean, lots of them do.
Lots of them do.
Yeah.
And it's not them. Be you. And what you'll find is that people will buy into that more than something which is off a stock image website.
I think it's interesting because with stock images, I don't think necessarily people know they're stock images. I think they just don't get a good feeling. Right? It doesn't create that connection because there is something about it that looks stilted and weird.
It's all a bit sleek, a bit too sleek.
A bit too slick, so you have to find that balance of kind of making it look... Yeah, and that's difficult for us as professional video makers, that we have to fine-tune something and then take the edge off of it, right? To make it feel more genuine and more honest, and yeah, it's a really interesting sort of thing to do. So
let that genuine care come to the fore.
Lovely. Well, thank you for coming in today. And we are now going to go to an interview that's pre-recorded with Ben Miller.